Alright, so I guess I had like a couple of things that I've been thinking about for the last couple of days. The first one, the one that's most, it's immediately on my mind, is this concept of God and how it feels like I'm constantly being forced to believe that I cannot be happy until I accept this sort of submission to an incomprehensible being that has an incomprehensible amount of power and influence over me. And the issue I have with this concept is that people have accused me of wanting to be this way, of wanting to be this incomprehensible, all-powerful being, and I've never wanted to be that. I never wanted to be worshipped. I wanted to be respected. I wanted to be understood, supported, backed up, watched out for. I never wanted to be fucking worshipped like I was a god, because I don't fucking think that way. And the longer this goes on, the more and more it feels like my success, my happiness, my comfort is being gateholded by people who need to believe in this concept. The more and more I've come to kind of accept this idea that maybe they're that way. Maybe they have this desire in them to be ultimately worshipped and praised as some all-powerful, incomprehensibly intelligent, incomprehensibly unstoppable being. And in order for them to be successful, they have to submit themselves to being in that way, because life told them, hey, if you want to do that, if you want people to submit themselves to you, to see you as a god, well then you literally need to prove to me that you're willing to fucking respect and do that to somebody else. And so they made up this myth, this legend, that they don't actually need to follow its rules all the time. They don't actually need to show any real respect 100%, because they can always just apologize later on and go, oh, it's just loving, oh. I don't fucking need to believe in something like that, because I don't want to be fucking praised and worshipped like that. I want to be respected, heard, listened to, taken care of. The same shit that I would do for anybody else. I don't fucking need, that's just not for me. I'm not fucking territorial like that. I don't feel the need to have everyone suck my dick like that. That's not who I am. I don't fucking need that shit, bro. That's for the people who need that shit. That is for the low lives who still have in them this territorial aggression, this need to be in control of everything around them. They're the ones that are forced to submit to the idea that there's something that has control over them in an incomprehensible way. I've already accepted that life is incomprehensible. I've already accepted that my relationship with this thing that is existence, I've accepted that I just need to trust it and look out for it in whatever way I can. Just be fair towards it in whatever way I can. And it is unfair to me to ask me to worship some fucking myth, to fucking praise some fucking myth that doesn't even feel the need to effectively communicate itself to me, that should know exactly how I need to understand things, exactly what it needs to do in order for me to gain its trust. It should know all of that, but it's saying that in spite of all the different things that are telling me to trust it and believe it, that I should just choose it for no fucking reason. Yeah, fuck that shit, bro. Stop fucking standing in my way, because I'm at a point where I'm gonna actually start fucking having a fucking problem with this shit, where I'm actually going to, in the culture that I develop, the one that I come up with, the one that I create, the one that's just fair people looking out for one another, where I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna say, hey, we can't fuck with that religion. Hey, we can't fuck with those people because they refuse to let you be a good person unless you believe what they believe. They refuse to let you live life decently and fairly until you're forced to accept the same fucking punishment that they had to accept for their fucking behavior. I'm not doing that shit, bro. Shit's so fucking annoying. I know there are guys and come in there and they'll tell me I'm fucking sad or I'm depressed or this and that because I don't fucking believe in their God. And it's like, bro, I just displayed a pretty decent and realistic gripe with the situation. I just displayed a pretty decent and realistic and justifiable and reasonable fucking grievance with this whole thing. And they're not going to listen to that. They're just going to go, oh my God, you must be unloved. You must be unhappy. Notice how when you don't believe what they believe, the first thing they do is tell you you exist in reality where you're unhappy, you're uncomfortable. They're gate holding people. That's what they're doing. They're literally fucking saying, until you believe what I believe, you're unhappy. Until you think how I think, you're unsuccessful. Until you believe, think, and see how I see, you're never going to be comfortable and you're never going to have the opportunity to be. What fucking right do people who claim to be loving, who claim to have accepted this loving and all-powerfully fucking graceful being, what right do they have to sit there and go around telling everybody that doesn't think like them that they can't be happy? What fucking right do they have? Is that not literally contradicting their fucking belief? I mean, what God out there is literally saying, all right, my followers, go around fucking believing that everyone else who doesn't believe what you believe is miserable. Go around creating people's lack of success. Go around creating people's discomfort for me because I'm a loving guy. What the fuck is that? That makes no fucking sense. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. No decent fucking God would allow you into his heaven when you sat there and spent time trying to create discomfort, displeasure, and unhappiness for people who were literally just saying, hey, I need more time, I need more information before I can really make a decision about this. No decent fucking God would do that shit. No decent fucking God, not one worth respecting. Even if it did exist, I'd fuck that shit, bro. You don't get to fuck me over and keep me from being happy just because I fucking asked you to show me a little more proof. Fuck that shit, bro. I would have shown you the fucking proof. I would have fucking made the effort to communicate to you. Like, fuck that shit, bro. You don't get to sit there and stand in the way of my success and my happiness and my ability to be a good fucking man. And that's my biggest problem with all this, is that I can't even be a good fucking person. It's already decided that I'm not just because I don't believe in their God. Fuck that shit, bro. You don't get to do that shit. The only people that need to believe that shit are the people that are walking around trying to be that shit. They're the only ones that need to submit themselves to that idea. Because they're the only ones trying to be that fucking idea. Can't tell you how many fucking men. It's fucking pointless at this point, bro. I mean, at some point, my only option is to just stop reasoning and just start fucking doing what it is they do for me, and that is creating their misery. They're just gonna go, see, this is what ungodly men do. They make us unhappy, they're prosecuting us. No, man. You literally fucking sat there and kept behaving like I had no chance. You kept behaving like I had no support, like nobody loved me. All because I didn't believe in your God. All because I didn't sit there and end up trapped in the same fucking what is that called? The electric fly trap. The shit that the people, literally, I'm telling you, look at those people. The only people that desperately need to believe in that shit, the only people that are trying to gate hold everybody's happiness, are the people that want to be that concept. It's fucking sad. Because I sat there and I respected them regardless of what the fuck they believed. I sat there and I fucking had their back regardless of what the fuck they believed. I sat there and I tried my hardest to be good and fair towards them regardless of what the fuck they believed. And the entire time they were just sitting there fucking constantly choosing the opportunity where I was a bad guy. And then when I said, hey, why are you doing that? They would be like, what do you mean? I'm not doing anything. I'm a God-loving person. What are you talking about? Like, fuck off, bro. Like, I'm not. That shit is so childish. You cannot tell me that your God is a loving God and then in the same fucking sentence tell me that nobody else can be happy because they don't believe in them. If your God is a God that is taking everybody else's happiness until we decide to suck his dick, then he's not worth worshiping. If your God is a God that condones removing other people's comfort, removing other people's happiness, removing other people's ability to have pleasure in life, to have family, to have hope, to have fucking support. If your God is literally trying to justify taking that away from people, pretending that that's just the status quo, that they already exist without it, then your God's not worth respecting. Because he sat there and prevented good men who didn't need to believe in a fucking God from being good, just so people would sit there and believe that they could only be good if they believed in him. Fuck that shit, bro. That's not cool. That shit is not cool. It's not fucking respect word. Like, that shit is not fucking okay. You don't get to gatehold. You don't get to keep men who are trying their hardest from being fair. You don't get to fucking stop men who are trying their hardest to do the right thing with every decision they make from doing it just so you can claim it's because they don't believe in God. Fuck that shit, bro. I've always fucking tried to respect that shit, but it's fucking annoying now that I can't even just fucking be a good man without having to fucking struggle trying to do it. Because these guys are sitting there and they're constantly like, oh, you know, it's crazy, the same shit they do to everybody else, because that's what that is. That's prosecution. If you're surrounded by a group of Christians and they just all decide you're a bad person because you said you don't really believe in that stuff, and they never gave you the option to be good again, and you had nowhere else to go, that's prosecution. They've decided they want you dead because you don't believe in their God. And now they decided that you're a bad person, that they're going to trap you as one so that they can justify killing you. Because it's not just that you don't believe. They don't want to admit that it's just because you don't believe what they believe. No, they want to justify it. So they decide you're a bad person and they do nothing but give you the opportunity to be one. So that if you ever fail to fight that opportunity, if you ever fail to keep it from fucking swallowing you, they can justify causing you harm. They can justify getting rid of you. Because the truth is that there was ever a man that was good, that was fair, and that was decent without having to believe in their fucking religion, that would be proof in their own fucking belief of how unnecessary it is for some people. And once it's unnecessary for some people, it's unnecessary for everybody. It's just something that's forced on some people because they can't behave without it. Quit fucking bothering me. I want to be good. I want to be decent. I want to be fair. You make that shit easy for me, because that's what the fuck I want. That's what the fuck I want. Make that shit easy for me. That's what the fuck I want to be. Don't sit there and fucking tell me I'm not a good person because I don't believe in an idea that doesn't feel the need to communicate itself. Fuck, even my shit, even the shit I say, even though I'm talking about how incomprehensible everything is, I still sat there and I found a way to communicate it so that people could get it, so that it could click. I still found a fucking way. Because it mattered. Because I believed it. Because I thought it was something worth fighting for. Not fighting for as in keeping other people from being happy until they believed it, but fighting for as in sitting there and being seen as crazy, being seen as fucking wrong, being fucking having to fight people that want to see me as evil no matter what I do. I thought it was something worth communicating. It was something worth letting people know, because that's the world I live in. One in which I don't need to know what the fuck is going on to be a good person at everything. One in which I don't need to know what the fuck is happening in order to make the effort to be fair and decent. That's the world I live in. That's the world I fight for. And I don't sit there and say nobody else can be happy until they believe in it. All I say is we can't let people who are being unfair be happy. We cannot let people who are trying to treat others the way they would not want to be treated be happy. That's unfair. These fucking guys that are constantly talking about it's prosecution, they're trying to get rid of us, this and that, just because people don't feel the need to believe in that shit to be good. These guys, they're doing shit to other people that they would not want done to them. These guys are literally being unfucking fair. No God is worth believing that is literally telling you that you can go around causing problems in order to spread his religion. Fuck that shit, bro. Fuck that. That's not cool. A decent guy always offers people the opportunity. He does not force it on them. Unless they're bad, unless they're fucked up, unless they're causing harm, that's the only time I could ever justify forcing it on them, because you're talking about forcing it on people that are trying to force their outcome on others. That's fair. But if it's somebody that's literally saying, hey, I respect it, believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, just treat me fairly, allow me the opportunity to be a good man, and you don't even need to fucking do that in order for me to do it to you, because I fucking want you to be a good man. The world is better for me when I choose to see you and constantly lead you towards the outcome where you're just being fair regardless of what anybody believes. That's the world that I'm safe in. That's the world where I'm secure in. I don't need you to fucking believe in Muslim in order to fucking sit there and respect me and treat me and give me fair opportunities in life. I don't need to know that you believe that shit. All I need to know is that regardless of what you believe and what I believe, we're both fucking trying. We're both trying to be fair, and we're both trying to make the effort to do what's right for everybody. And we're not trying to force what we think is right on everybody. We're just giving them the opportunity to fucking figure it out for themselves. Because I'll tell you what, undisputable facts. Don't cause people harm for no fucking reason. Undisputable fact. Don't do shit to other people that when you think about it, you would not want them to have made that decision when they were in your shoes. It's that fucking simple. That has no God on it. That has no fucking, that's literally just it's the golden rule. It's the golden fucking rule. That's just life. It's literally just life. When in a position to act on others, act the way you would want them to act when they were in a position to act on you. No God behind that. No religion. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me live my life. Because before now, I had no intention of going around fucking calling somebody's God pointless. I had no intention of doing that shit. Not until I realized I'm sitting here and I'm being gateholded from not only being happy and successful, but from being a good fucking man. Because at the end of the day, they need me to die a bad man so that they can say, see what the unreligious think, see what the people who don't believe in what we believe think. Fuck that shit. You don't get to walk around just creating a status quo in which every man is bad until he believes what you believe. Fuck that shit, bro. Because even I sit there and I know that the people who don't think exactly the way I think, that they're fucking trying, that they don't want to just be evil. Even the people who think they want to be evil, they're just fucking hurting, they're scared. Even I think that shit. I don't need them to believe what I believe to know that they're still fucking trying and that they just need better opportunities. I've been surrounded by Christians for quite some time now, and I'll tell you that it's escalated. It has escalated, especially recently. It's escalated. I literally had a fucking religious guy at my job telling me I was a pimp, telling me I was fucking smoking weed, telling me I was fucking preying on girls my fucking age. You're telling me I was fucking using tactics and shit. Literally every single time he spoke to me, he wanted to make me live in a world where I was just a shit guy. And when I kept telling him, hey, that's not who I want to be, can you stop doing that shit? He started being like, what's wrong with that? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't see any problem with it. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't want to be that guy. That's what's wrong with it. And at the end of the day, when he kept fucking with me, and he kept fucking with me, and so I fucking started fucking with him, and it took me a fucking 15 minutes to break him. It took me 15 minutes to get him in the position where he was like, just think what you want to think, but just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Literally telling me to do shit that he wasn't fucking doing. And that's what's fucking childish about it, bro. The reason that they can't be happy until they submit themselves to that idea is because they're walking around trying to be that idea. They have to exist. In order for them to be happy, they have to exist in a state that they're trying to force others to exist in around them. That's life. That's fair. So watch as my career develops and as I fucking try, watch how if there's a real good opportunity, it's going to be harder for me not to lose my temper. It's going to be harder for me not to fucking keep a straight face. It's going to be harder for me not to make the right decision. Because that shit, they're just going to already decide that I did all that shit before I ever had the opportunity to act. Now that I'm fucking openly saying, hey, that shit's kind of childish. Now at this point, they're not letting anybody be happy. Watch, they got two options. Either respecting this shit and seeing that I want to be fair regardless of what they believe. And maybe their God created a world that was incomprehensible. Maybe their God created a world in which he only needed to be around whenever it was necessary. But when a man was just already making the effort to be good regardless, maybe he wasn't necessary. Maybe he didn't need that man to fucking acknowledge him 24/7. Because I acknowledge the concept. I don't disbelieve it, but I don't sit there and believe it either. I respect the idea. Because there's some people out there, they're fucking gross-ass men, gross-ass individuals, gross-ass women who want to be a god, who want everybody to worship them. Look at fucking Kanye West, bro. Look at how he was forced into that shit. Because he couldn't fucking help. He couldn't fucking escape his own territorial aggression. He couldn't fucking escape his own fucking habits of trying to make everybody suck his dick. Of trying to make everybody see him as a fucking incomprehensible being. And I say we're all incomprehensible, but he was trying to say I'm incomprehensible in a way nobody else is. And it's like, bro, we're all incomprehensible in a way nobody else is. Quit taking conditions that exist for all of us and stripping everybody else of them in your reality just so you can be the only one that's special, bro. Fuck that shit. It's not cool. Man tells you he wants to be fair, he wants to be decent, and against you fucking constantly giving him the opportunity not to be. He's sitting there and he's getting mad at you for it, and he's saying, hey, why the fuck are you making this hard for me? And you're still sitting there and you're thinking, I've almost gotten him to show his true colors. I've almost gotten him to reveal himself. Like, grow the fuck up, bro. I got shit to do. I got fucking life to experience. I got good times to have. I don't need to sit there and worry about what everybody else believes. I worry about whether or not they're fucking behaving in a way that condones and creates success for everybody. Not that they're behaving in a way that creates a specific image for everybody to find their place in, but that creates the opportunity for everybody to live how they want without anyone getting hurt in the process, without there being any problems, any conflicts, any flaws. So if you're telling me that I need to believe in some fucking God, that his fucking followers sit there and tell me I'm evil before they even know who I am because I don't worship him, you're telling me that I gotta respect that concept over a concept of a man who's just saying we should all be fair regardless? Fuck that shit, bro. It's not worth it. And I can sit there and I can deal with the prosecution for the rest of my life, because that's what that is. It's passive. It's them constantly trying to sneak it in, trying to give me the idea to be bad, trying to fucking give me the opportunity and make it feel like it's my idea, so that at the end of the day, if I ever fall for it and act on it, they can go, what the hell? Well, why is he doing that? Oh my God. Well, maybe if he had God. Like, fuck that shit, bro. It's fucking annoying. I'll tell you what, even if it's not true, even if I'm sitting there putting on a show, even if I don't want to be fair, I'm just saying that to get by, that I still want to believe that I'm fucking doing it. And at the end of the day, if I know that I want to sit there and believe that I'm making the effort to be a good person, not to fucking trick anybody, if I'm trying to trick myself into being a good person, then what fucking right do you have to stop me? If I'm literally trying to trick myself, let's say it does exist, that I'm just a fucking monster deep down, that I'm hiding it. If I'm literally making the effort to trick myself into not being a monster, why would your God let you stop me? Why would your God do that? I mean, think about it. Your God wants peace. Your God wants love. Why would he let you stop a man who's found another way to communicate it to people? Because obviously your way of going around and saying everybody's a bad person until they believe what you believe wasn't fucking working, dumbass. Fuck off. Shouldn't matter what specific idea you have in mind. You should always want to be fair. You should always want to think about whether or not you're acting on others how you would want them to act on you if they were in your position. And if you know deep down you aren't, you created a hostile environment for yourself. And now you need to believe in a God because you need to believe you're protected, that you won't have to face the consequences for your actions, that somebody loves you for the way that you are, when the way that you are prevents others from being loved. And we can have a conversation about this. I'm fucking willing to, but every conversation I've had, when I brought up decent points, it's always been, you just don't understand it. Well, this and that. Hey, I heard you did this. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. A man is opening up an honest fucking conversation about this shit, and you're trying to make him evil so you can justify not hearing him out. I mean, isn't there a literal story in the Bible about that, you fucking moron? Is there not a fucking story in the Bible about a man trying to fucking better communicate God's will being prosecuted? Is there literally not a fucking story about that in the Bible, you fucking idiot? But they want to write a news story. They want to write a story about a man who tried to tell everyone not to believe in God and suffered for it until he did. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm not telling people not to believe in God. I'm telling people to be fair. I do not give a fuck what you believe in, bro. Should not fucking matter. Treat others how you would want them to treat you if they were in your shoes and capable of acting on you. Treat others the way you want to be treated. The golden fucking rule. It's that simple. There's no religion behind that. It's just life. That's just fucking life. That's just existing. It's a basic principle of fucking existing. It's what they teach the fucking kids, bro. How are you this fucking old and you still don't get that shit? Just think about it, man. I could fucking sit there and fucking find a group of people who think the way I think, and if you came into our fucking room and we decided that you didn't think like us, and we could fucking just decide you were a bad person, the only way you could interact with us is if you came in through that hole in the wall we left for you, where you had to be a bad person. We can, like, everyone's capable of doing that shit. That's not a godly or divine fucking tactic, bro. That's fucking high school drama. That's fucking, she's too pretty. I gotta make sure she's a nerd if she hangs around us. Oh yeah, but you like reading books, huh? Oh yeah, like, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up and let people be good, regardless of what they believe. Your God would want people to be good, regardless of what they believe. And you know that. And the fact that you're fighting his fucking will, you're not a godly individual, bro. You're a fucking ape, trying to gain dominance over the world, trying to protect your outcome against everybody else's. You're a fucking territorial ape, bro. Trying to justify their behavior by saying some God lets them do it because he loves them. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. You misunderstood what was happening. You did not read the Bible right, if that's the case. Because the Bible never told you to prevent everybody else's ability to be good. The Bible never told you to believe that men who did not fucking worship your God were automatically evil. And if it did, well, then you guys let the wrong people write the fucking Bible. And it needs to be rewritten. And the first page needs to say, regardless of what you believe, you should be fair. And that's what your God... Because you know how fucking dope that would be? If your God literally said, regardless of what anybody believed, they should make the effort to be fair, that would probably make if you're talking about spreading your fucking religion, that's the way to fucking do it. That's the way to get people to fucking do it. Because that's a God worth respecting. One that said that you didn't even need to fucking believe in him in order for you to be a good person. His love it's all around us, right? What the fuck does it matter if we're all trying to be good anyway? Why does he need us to suck his dick? It's almost like that idea doesn't have power until we're forced to give it power. That it needs power. And how can it be all loving and incomprehensible if it needs us to believe it in order for it to work? Fucking moron. It's fucking stupid, bro. I'm really good at communicating this shit, which is why it has to happen passively. Because if it happened directly, I would win the argument, and I would make it look bad. And so now I've got to start moving and doing things passively like they do it in order to protect myself from fucked up opportunities. They started this shit, bro. I literally just want to be good, look out for people, be fair. Regardless of what God they believe in and what the fuck I believe, I want to be good. No matter what the fuck I think is going on, I want to be good and I want to be decent. And if you can't fucking respect that, if you cannot validate that, then your God is not a God, it's a devil in hiding. Because it gateholded men's ability to be good without him.